We're almost there. You can find your own way now.
You're not coming?
No, I have to gather some plants before my torch goes out.
Do you need help?
If you find some mint leaves and juniper berries, that'd be perfect. I'll take care of the roots and the flowers. Thank you.
No problem.
Follow the torches. They mark the path to the cave, and they keep the wolves away. There sometimes are wolves around here. You'll pass a first cave on the way, but don't stop there. It's a sacred site.
A shrine? I'd sure like to take a look at it.
Later, maybe. But for now, you'd better just go join the others.
The others? There are several of them?
Yes. My father doesn't work alone. You'll certainly meet Larrick. He's kind of cold and very demanding, but he's not a bad sort, you'll see.
I was at last about to reach the goal of my long journey. The white grotto where I'd find Clem was now only a few steps away.
Hello, young man. What have you come here for? In case you didn't know, this place is a shrine, and you can't just go in like that.
I know. I've come to see Clem. I knew him a long time ago.
How novel. Tell me, how did you manage to get this far?
Tika showed me the way.
I see. She's always full of brilliant ideas, that one. Well, anyway, you can't enter empty-handed. You need to have your materials at least. Put together a pallet for yourself, and then we'll talk about it.
A pallet? What are you talking about?
You don't seem to know very much for someone who wants to become a painter. At the very least, you've got to know how to prepare a few pigments. You'll also need a wooden tool to which we can attach some hairs. And that's enough for now. Leave me in peace.
Let's try to start out on better terms. My name is Arik, and you're Larrick, right?
Colors and tools. Perhaps we'll chat when you've brought back all that. In the meanwhile, go away. I have things to do.
I might as well use the water that's flowing right here. A full water skin will always come in handy.
Not bad. But there's still a color missing. You know, it's sometimes possible to vary the hue of a colored stone just by heating it. Very good. You see, it wasn't so complicated after all. I'm adding a black stone that can mark on the cave walls. It should prove useful. Now you may enter. Go see Clem. I believe he's expecting you.
Arak, here you are at last. I knew you'd show up one day. It's been a long time. You've changed a good deal, but I'd have recognized you anywhere. How was your journey? How did you find the entrance to the passage through the mountain?
It's the small stone that set me on the right path.
I knew you would remember it when the time came.
How could you be so sure that I would come?
A long time ago, Arak, at the time when my master discovered this cave, I had a strange dream, and I saw you. You were causing the spirits on the walls of the cavern to dance. And a few years later, when I stopped over where your clan was living, I recognized you right away. But it was still too soon. Even without the help of the little stone, you would have arrived here one way or another. It's the cave itself that chose you.
Why didn't you bring me with you back then?
I know you were disappointed, but I just told you, it was still too soon. You were too young yet, and I had a long journey to achieve, and so much to learn. But when I see you today, exactly as you appeared in my dream, I know the time has come to awaken the spirits.
Maybe your dream had another meaning. I'll never be able to make the walls speak as well as you do.
You're more than capable, Arak. Otherwise Tika wouldn't have led you here, and Larik wouldn't have let you enter so easily.
Easily? That's going a bit far.
Don't hold it against him. I'm the one who asked him to allow only initiates to enter. This grotto is sacred. We can't permit just anyone to come into it. But I knew that you would pass our little trial. Your place is here, Arak. For that matter, you ought to be getting to work.
What should I begin with?
It's up to you to discover that. Immerse yourself in the cavern. Observe its shapes closely. Notice how it reacts to the light that strikes it. Everything begins with the manner you're able to look at it. What you're seeking, Arak, is already in the rock. It's up to you to awaken it.
But how?
Don't ask so many questions. You have a gift, and when the time is ripe, you'll know how to use it.
Clem asked me to help him paint, but he didn't tell me what to do.
You have to figure that out for yourself by observing the rock, its volumes, the way light reflects on it.
Clem told me the same thing, but I can't find anything.
I might have something to help you. Will you do me a favor in return?
Maybe. What is it?
I've misplaced a bull roarer. If you find it for me, I'll give you what you need.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I hadn't imagined that there were several of you painting the same cave.
It's an exhausting job for a man on his own. And the stories that Clem brings out of the walls only make sense when they're shared.
Is it Clem who taught you to paint?
Yes, we've painted a few caves together, but this one has something really special about it. It's a little like the center of the earth here.
You're right. It is a sublime sight. I came through several grottos on my way here, but none of them released as much strength or character. And then, there are these white walls. It's almost as if they've always been waiting for us to come to awaken them.
That's exactly it. When I came here for the first time, the walls were still lifeless. And yet we already knew that this cavern would become the most powerful of all our shrines. Clem has been waiting for you a long time. He often spoke to me of you and of his dream. Try not to disappoint him.
Well, what do you think of the cave?
It's superb. And did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, I did. I'm just missing the mint and the juniper berries. Did you find them?
Yes, I've got everything you asked for.
Very good. I really wasn't up to going back to look.
I didn't realize you knew your plants so well.
My mother was a healer. She taught me everything I know.
Are you a healer too?
Yes, a little. But today I'm not going to make you one of my usual preparations.
What are you making?
A mixture of roots, leaves, flowers, and berries. It's only made for important meetings.
What meeting are you talking about?
You've not come here by chance, Aruk. Tonight, you will draw out the last spirit still imprisoned in the rock, and my preparation will maintain your senses alert.
It's a good thing you warned me that Larik was a bit cold. I thought he'd never let me in.
He made you prepare his famous palette, I suppose.
Exactly.
He always does that. Larik really knows how to prepare colors, but he has a hard time establishing contact with the spirits of the walls. He doesn't have the gift that is shared by you and Clem, and sometimes it makes him bitter.
But I don't have that gift. Clem also spoke to me of that ability to see the spirits. But I'm like Larik. I don't see them.
You're wrong, Aruk. The spirits don't always reveal themselves, even to those who possess the gift. Do you really think that everyone can see the spirits of the animals living on the rock? You'd never have crossed through the passage in the mountain if you weren't able to talk with the spirits.
Larik asked me to find a bull roarer, but I don't know where to look.
He's always losing something. Go look in the big tree near the place where the two of us arrived. That's where he usually goes when he wants to be alone. If you ask me, that's where he left it.
I'll go look there. Thanks for your help. What's that noise? Tika mentioned wolves to me, but I didn't really expect to meet them. I have to find a way to drive those wolves away if I want to reach the others. I thought I'd never be able to return. Wolves were blocking my route.
It's true. There's a pack living near here. Usually we try to avoid them, but in fact, I don't think they're really dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not as sure of that as you seem to be.
I'd sure like to get closer to them. I'm sure they'd let me.
If I were you, I'd think twice about all those weird ideas that pass through your head. Come on, don't sulk. I was just kidding.
I'll let it go this time. But one day you'll see that I was right, Arak. I'm sure that animals can be useful to us in other ways than as prey. In the meantime, go back to your painting. Otherwise, you'll never finish.
Excellent. You found it. Here's what I promised you.
A bull! It's really magnificent. Did you make it?
Yes, that's what I do to pass the time when I'm not busy.
But I don't really understand what use it'll be to me.
Think of light and shadow, Arak.
It's much too high. I'd have to climb up on something to reach it. Your figurine was a great help. The spirit of a gigantic bull appeared.
When the spirits refuse to reveal themselves, there are sometimes tricks of the trade we use to invoke them. This figurine has a bit of the spirit of the animal in it, and the bull responded to its call.
I have another problem. I can't reach certain parts of the wall to paint the bull. I saw that there was this wooden structure, but it wasn't very serviceable.
That's true. It's too old. It should be rebuilt. Clem has another technique, but it requires a great deal of dexterity. He'll probably show you. In the meantime, the simplest thing for you to do would be to find a dead tree. There are plenty around here. The branches on the sides will allow you to climb up it.
Thank you, Lorik. Given all the trees I'd cut, I was beginning to get the hang of it. A little trimming, and it'd be perfect.
Did you know this painting technique?
No. What's that tool?
It's just a wad of animal skin attached to a long pole. It's very useful for reaching the top of the walls.
Oh, I should have thought of that before I cut that tree down.
A wooden structure works very well, too. Painting from a distance requires a lot of experience. You'll do better that way.
I finished the big bull.
I saw it. It's superb.
What must I do now?
Don't be in such a hurry, Arak. Observe the bull that you've just painted carefully, and tell me what you see. You're not shocked by anything? Nothing's missing?
Yes, he seems a little alone.
Exactly.
So I ought to paint another one?
Don't take things so literally. I remember that when you were a child, you liked music. Do you have an instrument?
Of course. I have some musical stones.
Music has the power to bring men closer to the spirits. Play, Arak. Try to tame the spirit of the great bull.
When I was coming, I saw the entrance to another grotto, a sacred site according to Tika.
It's not another cavern. It's the same one. There's a passage leading to that part, but it's narrow and steep.
Why is that part closed off?
The paintings I did there have a particular sense, a special power. That day, it wasn't just the spirit of a solitary bison that appeared to me. With it, both strong and vulnerable, there was the spirit of man.
A little like in that cavern where you painted that display of different colors?
Yes, something like that. That scene comes back to me frequently. I still haven't understood why. Maybe the spirits want to convey a message to me.
Could I go see?
Later. For the time being, you still have work to do here.
You said it was your master who discovered this cave?
Yes, it's Trajar who discovered the entrance. It was a long time ago. I must have been about your age. We had gone hunting, Trajar, two of our friends, and I, when he caught sight of a reindeer. He shot out in pursuit of the animal without waiting for us to follow. We searched for him in vain for some time. Then suddenly, I heard him call me. I rushed toward the voice, but I still couldn't see him. It took me a few minutes to realize his voice was coming from inside the hill. He had followed the reindeer until he saw it disappear behind some bushes. When it didn't come out, he moved closer, and that's how he discovered the entrance to this grotto. I'll always remember that night. We celebrated that fabulous discovery by feasting on Trajar's reindeer. It was delicious.
Was it with him you started painting the cave?
Yes, we painted the red cows and the horses together, but soon afterwards, life departed his body. Trajar knew about my dream, and before dying, he asked me to set out in search of the man who one day would make the spirits of our shrine dance. That's when I began my journey.
You were right. Music has power over the spirits.
It has a power for those who know how to heed its call. These bulls that you have brought to life are magnificent, Arak. My dream did not deceive me.
What's that strange painting next to Larik? I didn't see it when I arrived.
It's the prime spirit of the Cavern, the most powerful depicted here. But it's remained unfinished. You must finish it, Arak. Go see what it inspires in you.
He seems concentrated. I'd better let him work in peace.
I knew that you would awaken the great sorcerer. Now the cavern has all its power. I can feel it living. But you've still got work left before the great ceremony. Look closely. the fresco is not entirely complete. It's still lacking a little life, a little color.
What does the ceremony consist of?
Once all the spirits are present, we'll invoke the great sorcerer so that he can awaken them. Remember my dream, Arak. You're the one who will make them dance.
It's much too high. I'd have to climb up on something to reach it. I think my work is finished, Clem. What do you think of those little stags?
Your stags are fine. Look, it's as if they were capering about. But your work is far from over, Arak. In fact, your true mission hasn't even begun. Above all, though, I have something to ask of you.
I'm listening.
Go to the cave's other entrance and clear a passage through the branches. Just behind them, you'll find a ritual headdress and a very beautiful oil lamp. Bring them to me. I need them for the ceremony.
I'll go right away.
Sit down, Arak. Your encounter with the spirits will happen very soon.
I found what you asked me for.
Perfect. Put everything here.
What's this skin with the symbols and the rocks for?
Don't be so impatient. Prepare the lamp first. I'll show you afterwards.
I shouldn't be in such a rush.
Now taste Tika's concoction. We've already drunk some while we were waiting for you. It has astonishing qualities. You'll see.
It's true. Her concoction was astonishing. I couldn't say what its influence was on the events that followed. But Tika has always known how to keep her secrets. Those look like my musical stones.
These musical stones belong to Trajar. He liked to play them when we were painting together. He offered them to me before he left to join the spirits. This is the first time I've taken them out since then. They're for you, Arak.
Thanks, Clem. They're magnificent. But why are they painted this way?
Trajar said it was necessary to associate the music of the stones with the echo of the rock to locate all the spirits of the cave, especially those that are hiding behind the others.
May I try playing them?
Of course, Arak. You even have to do more than that. It's thanks to them that you'll awaken the spirits. But use your own as well. Who knows? They might answer each other. Now it's time to play your part, Arak. You're doing very well. I wasn't mistaken. Now the time has come to awaken the Grand Sorcerer, Arak. I can already feel him muttering. I always knew that you would not be just a simple painter, Arak. Now, see and hear the great tale of the spirits. It is for you that they dance.
That night would remain a unique memory. It was as if everything that had taken place in the cave had some deep meaning that we couldn't make out. Something that was beyond our ability to understand. Right there in front of us, all the spirits had come alive and were dancing together. Unless encouraged by the Prime Mover, they were engaged in the fiercest battle their world had yet seen.